Look, you're a tourism business owner, you're busy, I totally get it. Maybe it's 1 a.m. and this is the last video before you go to sleep. So no intro, I'm just gonna get straight into it. This video is gonna show you the exact system we've built to generate millions of dollars in tracked bookings for tourism businesses around the world. Rental companies, transportation companies, sightseeing tours, niche travel agencies, destination management companies, and several more. Different niches, same system, here it is. So it starts with the timeline that you need to be looking at if you're a tourism operator, right? A traveler goes through these stages: dreaming about the trip, researching, booking the flights, booking the hotels, and then right here is where they book activities, tours, rentals, or whatever kind of tourism niche you may offer. And that happens about 2 to 8 weeks before they book the trip, from their phone and on their couch. And just a quick background on why I know this. I was raised 5 minutes from Disney World. My family started a third-party Disney World company out of our garage several years ago and grew it into a multi-million-dollar business. So I've watched traveler behavior my entire life, and this pattern is the whole game that I've applied to dozens of other tourism businesses all around the world. So here is the mistake almost every tourism business makes. They market to people who have already arrived. Brochures in the hotel lobby, signs, hoping for walk-ups. That's fighting for scraps. The decision already happened for most people weeks ago, months ago, in the Instagram and Facebook feed. And if your marketing starts when they land, you're already too late. So how do you reach someone planning a trip to your area before they get there? This is what Meta is unbelievably good at, and most tourism businesses have no idea that it even exists. So Meta knows when someone's planning a trip. They look at these signals, right? And they're engaging with travel content. Maybe they're saving destination posts. They've got flight confirmations hitting their inbox, and their behavior screams to Meta that they are traveling soon to X destination. And so Meta packages all of that data up, and we could put your rental fleet, your shuttle, your tour directly into that person's Instagram and Facebook feed while they're building their itinerary or talking to a travel agent. So take a second and think about what that actually means. Your ad shows up in the same scroll as their hotel confirmation. You're not interrupting a random person. You're showing up as the answer to a question they're actively asking. What are we gonna do when we get there? That's not advertising to them, in my opinion. That's just helping them plan out their vacation. And that's why it converts so well. Now, here's where most tourism ads die: the creative. And I need you to burn this into your brain. On Meta in 2026, your creative is your targeting. Now, look at the left side here. It's a generic stock photo, something like "book your adventure today." And it speaks to everybody, which means it stops no one. Your thumb doesn't even slow down if you're on Instagram or Facebook. So now look at the right side. One specific traveler, one specific experience, such as bringing the family to Orlando, ? Here's how you skip the rental car chaos. And the right person sees that and goes, "Hey, that's me." And they stop scrolling, they click on your website and they engage and they book. And so here's the mechanism most people miss with this. When the right people engage, Meta's algorithm learns from it and goes and finds more people just like that same person who booked with you. Your creative is literally teaching the machine who your customer is over time. And great creative doesn't just get clicks, it aims the entire campaign. And bad creative doesn't just get ignored, it aims your budget at nobody, and you end up wasting thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. Now, this one's going to feel backwards if you've ever run your own ads, so just stay with me. The instinct for most people when they start out with Meta ads, at least, is to stack a bunch of targeting together. So on the left side, you could put interests, behaviors, maybe you add a lookalike audience of past customers you have with their name, phone number, email, and then you narrow the age gap and you tighten the location or you geofence the ads, right? And then what happens is you've built this tiny little audience and you feel like a sniper and you think you can manually target all of the perfect customers in the area, right? But you're not a sniper, and here's what you actually did. You made your audience so small that your costs went through the roof, and your campaign never gets enough data to exit the learning phase. It never really optimizes, it just burns money. And I audit ad accounts, tourism ad accounts, every week that look exactly like this diagram. And so now look on the right side. What actually works in 2026, you go broad with your targeting and you let the creative do the targeting. Exactly what we just talked about in the last frame, right? One big audience, specific creative calling out your traveler, and you let the algorithm, which by the way is much more smart than any targeting stack you could build by hand, find you buyers, right? So you have a broad audience, one specific message to one type of traveler. And this is exactly what works in today's age on Meta. Next mistake, running the same ads to everybody. Your cold campaigns and your retargeting campaigns have completely different jobs, and they should look nothing alike. You have a top of funnel or cold traffic campaign. This traveler is still planning, right? They don't really know you yet. The job here is attention and demand capture. So experience-led creative wins. What it feels like on the water at sunset, the family on the e-bikes, the view, right? You're selling the memory here. Then they're warmed up a little bit. They visited your site, they watched your content, they engaged. Now the job changes, consideration, right? This is where reviews come in, social proof, your offers, 400 5-star reviews, you have free cancellation, you're removing doubt from them, right? Then they're in the hot campaign or the retargeting campaign. They already looked at a specific tour, maybe abandoned checkout on your website. So stop inspiring them. They're already inspired to book your service, right? Give them dates, availability, create some urgency, such as Saturday's almost full, book now. Same business, 3 completely different jobs, right? When I see a tourism account running one campaign with one message to everyone, that's an account leaving half of its bookings on the table. Now let's add the second engine to this equation because Meta alone isn't the full picture. And here's the cleanest way I can say it. Meta creates demand, Google captures it, right? So on the left side here, you have Meta reaching the traveler who doesn't even know you exist yet. It basically plants your business in their vacation planning phase before they arrive, right? That's called demand creation. Now, on the right side, you have lane 2. Google is catching the traveler who's already searching for you, such as things to do in Tampa, kayak tours near me, or even searching your business name because guess what? They saw your Meta ads leak and remembered your business. And that's what's called demand capture. And so Meta and Google together, they feed the engine, which is your website. And so we see it in every ad account we run. We turn on Meta and branded Google searches climb within weeks. People see the Meta ad, they don't click sometimes, but the name sticks with them. And when it's time to book, they search you on Google. And running Meta ads without Google means you create demand and let someone else's Google ad harvest it. Running Google without Meta means you're only capturing demand that already existed. So you've capped your growth at whoever happens to be searching. So you need both Meta and Google to be working simultaneously all the time. So let's put the whole machine together now. This is the funnel we build for tourism businesses. At the top, you have pre-arrival Meta ads reaching travelers while they're still planning. They hit your site, your booking page, and some book right away, most don't, and that's totally fine because now retargeting picks them up. So you use reviews, offers, and urgency as your creatives in each of the 3 phases on Meta. Meanwhile, Google search is capturing everyone actively looking, including people your Meta ads already warmed up. That converges into direct bookings on your site, not a third-party platform taking 25% of revenue, which should be yours. And then, this is the part I love. After the trip, reviews and repeat visitors feed the top of the funnel again, and the machine compounds over time. And this is the exact system we've built for dozens of tourism businesses around the world. Rental companies, sightseeing tours, transportation companies, luxury travel agencies, DMCs, or destination management companies. The list keeps going on, right? A bunch of different niches within tourism, within different countries. And they've taken market share straight from their competitors within just a couple of months. Some of my clients have stolen market share in their first week alone. So this doesn't take years, and it just takes months, even weeks sometimes. It's the same playbook my family used to build our Disney World business from a garage. And so if you run a tourism business and you want to see what this funnel looks like built around your company, the link's in the description. It takes 30 seconds to apply, and my team will map it out with you on a free strategy call. And if this video helped, click the subscribe button, of course, and next week I'm breaking down exactly how we grow tourism businesses every single week. See you in the next one.